I just wanted to go over this journaling kit with you guys, and then I'm going to, with the journaling kit, go ahead and make a little journal with this. This is one of those journals I had covered with wallpaper that I had, and I did the inside. Well, and I've added one of these types of spines where you can just slip your papers in rather than sewing them in. So I'm gonna make this for my friend for her birthday, but I wanted to just show you guys this kit first. I thought I had showed it to you guys, but I don't think I have. It's in my Etsy shop. It's called Birds of Spring. There's 10 pages in the journaling pack. So this is the first one. And then there's this one. And this one. And these are just printed on regular copy paper. This is not special paper. If you print them on, say, thin photo paper or cardstock or different types of, there are different types of paper. Depending on the paper that you use, you'll get a little bit different result. But I wanted to just print them on regular copy paper so that those who only have regular copy paper knows exactly what it would look like if you did that. So this is the results that you're going to get. I mean, and each printer is a little different too. So depending on your printer, you might get brighter colors. You might get a little bit duller colors. I don't know. But that's the one thing about digitals, that depending on your printer and your paper, you're going to get a little bit different results when you print them out. But and then there's that one. And then I made some journaling pages with lines on them so that you have journaling space. And they match, they have faded backgrounds in them that match the papers that I just showed you. So these can be printed on the back of your other prints if you'd like. Which I'm probably going to go ahead and print some of these on the back of those, so that, and then print the other ones on the fronts of these so that I have full papers to start my journal with. And then this one is an extra one that I just added to the kit. So you've got that one. Okay. And again, the ephemera I also printed on regular copy paper, which you could do if you don't have cardstock to print on. And then you could use like maybe a cereal box if you don't have any cardstock, and just glue this on there to get your cardstock effect of a tag. But there's 2 tags. This is 2 of the tags that are in the ephemera kit. So this kit is separate, but it matches the Birds of Spring kit. So this is the Birds of Spring ephemera kit. And so you get 2 large tags there. And then these 2 large tags. And these 2 large tags. Let me measure them for you real quick so you just know about how big they actually are, these tags. So from top to bottom, they are 7.5 inches, and then from the width is 4.5 inches. So 7.5 by 4.5. So they're fairly big tags, these ones. And they match the papers that I just went over with you. And then these are ovals that you can cut out and use however you want. You can use them as decoration on another page, or you can again put them on cardstock and print them out as an oval tag. It's a little bit hard to see the lines because the white kind of blends in there, but that's an oval and an oval. So again, these match those journaling pages. And I also made some smaller ones and some smaller tags. And you get all these small tags. These are meant to be belly bands, so you can just cut them right out and use them as belly bands. Another way of using these is you could cut them in half and use them as washi tape, or even a wide washi tape, like a homemade washi tape. Those ones, and then these ones, and then some more of the ovals. So that is it on the kit. And I will be back after I print on the back of these. Okay, hi, so I'm back. I did cut off all the edges of the journaling pages, and I went ahead and printed on the fronts and backs of each page like that. But I realized that these pages are too big for this journal cover that I had made. And I didn't want to just cut them down shorter, because some of these journaling pages are actually edged and you would lose all of that if you cut it down. I could do that, but I just didn't want to. So what I did instead is I thought I would just save these for a bigger journal. And I decided to go ahead and miniaturize my whole kit. So this is both of my kits together, and I made miniature tags and miniature pages, and the pages just happen to be perfectly the size for this journal when they're cut down and cut out. So I will probably go ahead and post it in my Etsy shop as a miniature kit of the full-size kit. For those of you who would like to make a miniature journal, I'll tell you the size of this cover so you would know what size it would need to be to fit. So this journal cover is about 7.5 inches by 4.5 inches, compared to one this size would have to be, let's just fold it in half a little bit and see, would have to be a little over, it would have to be about 8.5 inches, because these go a little over 8. So it'd have to be about 8.5 inches long, and then about 5.5 inches wide to use the regular size journaling pages without having to alter them. So just for your reference, so you know. And the size of these papers are going to be 6.5 inches by 8.5 inches. So then when you fold them over, obviously they're going to be half of that. So anyhow, I wanted to just show you, on my Etsy shop, there are two kits. There's the one with the pages, and then there's one with ephemera. So they're two separate kits. But on this one, I put them all together. I just miniaturized everything for this journal that I'm going to do. But if I put this in my Etsy shop, it will look exactly like this as far as the tags being miniaturized. So I went ahead and I just printed on both sides of all of these. So one side is the full print, the other side is the lined paper on most of them. These are the belly bands, some words that you get with the kit, and then some oval tags. Again, more belly bands, or you could use them as washi tape, whatever you want to use them for. Some little fussy cut flowers and some oval tags. Same thing, fussy cut flowers, belly bands, oval cut tags. And you can use those however you feel like using them. And then this is front side, back side, and some more ephemera. And I did print these more than once, so obviously there's only going to be one of each of these pages in the kit. But this one and then that one. So you have to, this would be a separate page from this one. Not all of the pages, I didn't put ephemera on all of the pages, so some of them are just plain lined paper pages, and you can print them on the back of the ones that have the ephemera down there. And I will go over how to use the ephemera too. I mean, you can use it however you want, but if you need ideas. And then this one. This one. This one. Now this is an example. I printed this same print twice, but I think I printed different lined paper on the backs of them. Yeah, or I just printed different prints on the back. So, and then there's this one that I had already printed. I actually printed it twice again. So on the backs of these ones, I have that print and that print. Okay. And then this one is twice as well. This is the bonus page that I have in the other kits. And then I printed on the back of that. Now, these tags don't line up exactly from the other side. So you're still going to have to back your tag with something else and decide which side you want to use. And then there's that. I mean, if you decide to print it that way, you can, but just so you know. And then there's this one. I printed that one on the back. So that is the kit that I'm going to use for this small journal. And I'm going to cut all this stuff down real good, and then I will come back to you guys. Hi, so I just wanted to hop on here real quick. I have been cutting down some pages that I want to add to in the journal, which are these from this Parkling Textiles paper pad. They are 8.5 inches by 11 inches in size. So I picked out a bunch that I wanted to cut down, and I've been cutting them down, but I just wanted to show you. I measured this page the same way that I'm going to do this, where I just lined it up with one of the papers from the journal, and then I went ahead and put it in my cutter and lined it up and cut, and then I just cut it down to size here. No, that one's a little bit off, I think. Oh, doesn't matter. Anyways, and then I have a shorter piece and a bigger piece, which I'm still going to use these shorter pieces, and I will show you how. So don't throw those away. And then, just you guys real quick. There we go. Hopefully that doesn't shake you guys up too much. Okay. These I will put in my scrap papers. And I will show you the papers that I have chosen to go ahead and add to this journal. So, there's these ones. And these are the journal size ones. Again, there's more. I hope you guys can see those. Am I in camera? Okay. And these. I tried to pick colors that I thought would go well with the journal pages as far as colors go. It would kind of match them. And these are only one side design, so the other side is plain. I'm going to make this a clean journal, so I'm not going to worry too much about having to cover up all the whites and trying to make it look grungy or antiqued or anything like that. Because the girl that I am making this for, she's more, I think she would like it more clean style, just from her taste. So, alright. And then this one, this one. This one, this one. This one, this one. Thought this was really cute. The flower one. And then 3 more of the smaller ones. So that's all of those ones. And then here are the journaling pages from the kit, all cut down. So I'll kind of just go through those and let you see each side real quick. So all these are double-sided because I printed them that way. And then I also took some of these papers, which I got off of a pad of just regular paper that I had, this pad here. And this was a tad bit too long, so I just trimmed the edge off to fit, to make it the right length for the journal. So now I already know, because I know how many things I put in here, I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 signatures. So I need to divide these up into 5 signatures. So what I will do first is I will count how many of the journaling pages that I have. So we got 1, 2. I'm just folding them right in half, all of them. And I'm going to put them in 5 piles, 5 separate piles. 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So I got 5 piles here. Hope you guys can see all of them. I have my fan on kind of high. I'm sorry if it's making noise because it's kind of hot today. Okay, so I'm just going to keep doing that, folding them in half and adding 1 paper to each pile, trying not to put the same papers in the same piles, if at all possible. And then we have only 2 left. So I think I'll put that one there. And this one I will put, let's see, I'll put that one here. Okay, so we've got 3 piles with 2 papers each, and then 2 piles with 3 papers. So then I'm going to use this one next. I'm going to do the same thing, fold them in half and divide them up. And I will start with the piles that only have 2 papers. Normally, I really dress up my journals, but this one I'm just making into a simple writing journal. So I'm not going to be putting tons of extra stuff in it. Okay, so now we have 4 papers in each pile and 2 left over. So I will put the 2 extras. I think I will put one here and one there. So again, we have 2 extras. Okay, then I'm going to do the same thing with these ones. And fold them in half. Try to make them as even as you possibly can. And start with the piles that have the least amount of papers in them. So, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And these have 4, so it's 5. 5 for that one. 5 for this one. And then that one. I think this is the smallest journal I have ever made so far too, as far as the size of it. I have made, actually I take that back. I've made smaller journals before, but I don't know. This one just feels a little different to me. Okay, so I'm going to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, they all have 6, I guess. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. So it doesn't matter. I thought there was still one with more than the others, but right now we're even. Okay. So we'll just keep going. Put those aside for now. And then I'm going to do these ones. Okay. All right. So now that we have these all divided up into piles, the next step is to make them into signatures. So I'm going to do this. So there, not that. Maybe one of these and one of these. And one of these. And do this one. And you can also fold them the other direction if you'd like, and then have two white papers together, and then you'll have two colored together. You don't have to do that. Excuse me. But you can if you want. So do this one. And then that one and this one. Okay, so there's one signature. and then you just keep doing that. I will be back after I am done. Okay, so I am back. I went ahead and arranged all of the signatures and then put them in the journal. The thing about putting signatures together is even if you get the papers just right, once they are all stacked together, they tend to go out a little bit. And when I close this like this, if I open it, you can't really tell too much. But if it's closed like this, they stick out just a teeny tiny bit. I don't like that. So I'm going to try to fix that. If you don't mind that, then you don't have to worry about that step. But as far as the way they look inside the journal, I am happy with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take each signature out, and I am just going to do my best to really, like, first of all, smash them down really well with a ruler or whatever you want to smash them down with, so that they are as flat as they can be, because I did not do that part when I folded them. Uh-oh, I got a line on there. I think I have a better tool for this. But where did I put it? That's the question. It's a question about all my tools. I always forget where I put them. I'm not the best organizer in the world. Okay, let's use this one instead. Okay. And just by really flattening the papers down, that can help with the problem of the way that they stack when they're all together. It might not solve the problem, but it can make it so that they're not quite as off. But as you can see, even with doing that, you can still see them sticking out. So I'm just going to take my cutter board here, and after smashing them all down really well, I am going to put them in my cutter and line them up as best I possibly can. And I'm going to cut off all that excess, if it will let me. It might be too thick. Yeah, it's having problems going through all the paper. So this might not be the best method. Don't do this at home. Don't try this at home. No. Okay. There we go. Okay, so see that? After all that struggle, it's all even now. And I'm going to go ahead and cut all the edges down. I might not do it all at once like I did with that. Maybe I will instead kind of push them all back, open it up, and do one edge at a time. Another method is you could take your razor blade and just slowly cut them off, make them all even. So I'm gonna go do that and then I'll be back. Hi, I'm back. So I went ahead and cut all those down, and now they just look so much better. They don't come out of the edge there at all. Then when you open up the book, I'll show you what it looks like. It will lay flat because of the kind of cover that it is. So you can lay it flat. And then these pages will be removable. So the person that gets this will be able to remove each page if they want and write on it and whatever they want to do, and then put it back inside the journal. So this is how the papers look as you go through the journal. I think they look really cute. Okay, that is it on the papers. Next, in the next video, I will go ahead and do the decorating of this journal and possibly a closure for it. So that will be in my next segment. Until then, bye. I will craft with you later.